Please have a seat. Howdy.
Howdy.
For those of you I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Mark Welsh, and I am incredibly privileged to serve as the Dean of the Bush School, and I'm also a huge fan of the graduates you see sitting in the front of the room this morning. Thanks to each of you for joining us. It just wouldn't be right without you here. I'd like to welcome you to the Annenberg Presidential Conference Center and to the graduation celebration for students being awarded a master's degree in public service and administration by Dr. Gerald Mumpower in just a few minutes. This venue and the people who support us here today are a great example of the teamwork that exists here at the Bush Center, with the Bush Library and Museum, the Bush Foundation, and the Bush School all working together to try and create a unique environment for these incredible men and women to learn. On the stage with me this morning is Dr. Frank Ashley, Senior Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, who's seated here. He's also my frontal lobe. Also on the stage is Dr. Gerald Mumpower, the head of our Public Service Administration Department and a closet superhero. Kimberly Reeves and Stephanie Bustos will also help us with the ceremony this morning. And by help, I mean plan the entire thing. Make all the arrangements, do all the scheduling, prepare all the documentation that's required, make sure we're all in the right place, and then coach us through the entire event. So Kimberly and Stephanie, thank you for the work you've done. There's Kimberly, where's Stephanie at? Right, where'd you go? Working. As you see them this morning, please take the chance to thank them for their work and introduce your guest to them. 630 days. That's how long you've been walking this trail with us. It's a long time, isn't it? This morning you'll walk the last little piece as you walk the stage here at the Bush School, and then hopefully walk the stage at Texas A&M this afternoon. You'll receive an academic diploma and you'll formally graduate from this great, great university. You've got a lot happening after this event, so I'll skip the philosophy and just focus for a moment on the reality of today, of right now. The fact is there are 3 different groups sitting in this auditorium today, and you need to know that each one has a very different focus. The first group are your parents, your grandparents, your spouses, your family, and your friends. Thank all of you for joining us. They're sitting here with you today, but they're thinking about yesterday. They're thinking about the day you were born, about bringing you home from the hospital, about your first steps, your first words, your first day of school. They're thinking about Little League baseball games, ballet recitals, piano lessons, teaching you to cook. They're remembering the nerves of your first date and helping you through your first heartbreak. Your spouse is sitting here remembering the day you met and wondering how all of this affects your future together. And all of them are struggling in some way to balance their pride in what you've become with their apprehension about giving you up to the world they've tried so hard to protect you from. All the things that make them love you have already happened. You need to understand that. To them, the future is important. Your future is really important. But the past is just so sweet. Make sure that you thank them today. Thank them for your talent, your skills, your personality. Thank them for who you are. You learned honesty and integrity around the kitchen table at home, not here at the Bush School. You learned courage and how to compete from your brothers, your sisters, and your friends in the backyard. You watched your parents and then your spouse and learned about service, commitment, dedication, loyalty, and respect. They gave you all the tools you need to succeed in life, and you can never thank them enough. But this is a good day to try. And so I think you should start by standing and giving them the round of applause that you know they so richly deserve. Thank you. The second group in the audience today is the faculty and staff of the Bush School, and they're all focused on today and what it means. Because this ceremony is important to them as it is to you, believe it or not. For the last 2 years, they've been alternatively teacher, coach, mentor, role model, even friend at times. And what they've taught you can't be captured in a test or on a transcript. They've given you the professional skills you'll need to succeed wherever you go and whatever you do. And they've showed you that the world demands a standard of performance and rewards men and women who are willing to meet it. They understand the significance of the diploma you'll receive and the work it required to earn it. When this ceremony is over, they'll congratulate you, they'll quietly congratulate each other, and then they'll turn their focus back to the class of 2018 and soon 2019. They'll continue to teach, to coach, to mentor, to be role models, and to inspire, because it's what they do. It's who they are. They shape the professional platform on which you'll build your future. They're noble creatures, and I love them. And there's no way to thank them either, but you should try. I'll help by asking all our Bush School faculty and staff to please stand so that our graduates, their family and friends, and I can show you our appreciation. Thank you, folks. The third and the most important group in the auditorium, of course, is you, graduates in the class of 2017, and you are very clearly focused on tomorrow, and that's as it should be. The friends who walk across the stage with you today have been a huge factor in your success here, and they'll be a huge factor in your success in the future. Together, you've worked, you've played, you've laughed, you've cried, you've celebrated. You've learned how to deal with success and sometimes failure, how to respect others, to listen, to seek, to understand, and to value different points of view. In some way, at some time, they probably carried you. And none of that disappears when you get your diploma today, nor will your friendships. Before you leave today, thank each other as well, and commit to staying connected. There's one other thing I think you should do today, one other commitment I think you should make, and that's a commitment to yourself, that no matter what path you choose in your life, you'll run it at full speed. You know, in your lifetime, people are going to do incredible things in this world. They're going to win the Nobel Peace Prize. They're going to find cures for most, if not all, kinds of cancers. They're going to create policy that will change the lives of citizens around the world. They'll build hypersonic engines and fly space planes. They'll develop educational programs that will reach all children in all countries. They'll be university chancellors, bank presidents, corporate CEOs, city managers, mayors, governors, members of Congress, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. They'll be president of the United States. By the way, you're those people. You'll do all those things if you want to, because you certainly have the capability. And that's why the rest of us are so excited today. Our world is about to get better, because you're going to go make it better. The challenges we couldn't overcome, you will. The people we couldn't accept, you will. The technology we couldn't master, you will. And the peace we couldn't find, you must. Don't be afraid to be really good at whatever you do. This world needs your talent. It needs your energy, your IQ, your ideas, your smile in the morning. It needs your A game. So bring it. You've already made those of us here who love you proud. And now it's time for the much tougher task of living up to your own expectations. You've worked hard, and you've earned this day. Tomorrow, the adventure begins. Make yourself proud. I'd now like to introduce Dr. Gerald Mumpower and ask him to come to the podium for the recognition of our graduating degree students.
Howdy. The Master of Public Service and Administration program, or MPSA as we call it, develops principled leaders for the public and nonprofit sectors. It provides students with the tools and knowledge they need in order to perform effectively and ethically in a time when public servants face new and increased challenges. The MPSA program is fully accredited by NASPA, that's the Network of Schools of Public Policy, Affairs, and Administration. And the curriculum provides students with general knowledge and analytical skills in management, leadership, policy analysis, and research methods. The candidates for the degree of Master of Public Service and Administration have completed a rigorous 48 credit hour curriculum, specializing in either public management, nonprofit management, or public policy analysis. Additionally, they have concentrated their study in the fields of analytical methods, education policy and management, energy, environment, and technology policy and management, health policy and management, international non-governmental organizations, security policy and management, state and local government policy and management, or some other vital field of public policy or management. Each candidate who came to the program without prior professional experience has completed a summer-long internship with a government agency or nonprofit organization. Every candidate has participated in a year-long capstone project in which students work together in teams to address an important policy or management issue for a government agency or nonprofit organization client. It wasn't easy. Now you have a little better idea of how much work was required to get through the MPSA program. Let's move to the centerpiece of our celebration. Dean Welsh, Dean Ashley, faculty, and guest. I have the honor of presenting the following students who are candidates for graduating with the degree of Master of Public Service and Administration.
Morgan Elizabeth Anderson. Saeed Mohammed Azam. Sanzar Bejonov. Bashir Ahmad Basim. James Robert Beard. Derek Michael Carter. Joshua T. Causey. Crystal Ann Checketts. Christian Halliday Coleman. Stephanie Daniela Cornejo. Shannon Christine Coyle. Candace Alexa Davis.
Go, Alexa.
Amanda Cartwright Dick. Allison Christine Dodd. David Wayne Fujimoto. Nicole Monique Gabler. Anne Maria Garcia. Marlisa Eunicia Griffin. Jing Guo. Christina Marie Harrison. Samantha Peyton Haynes. Erin Eloise Henderson. James Morgan Hicks. William Robert Holloman. Joseph Earl Hood. Kylie Sabrina Jackson. Valeria Lynn Origi. Angela Joyce King. Jennifer Marie King. Diane Leal. Andrew Gregory McGee. Fahad Manzoor. Maria Cristina Martinez. Paul Allen McDonald. Garrett Carlton McLeod. Brett Matthew Maderos. Julie Anna Morris. Wang Pan. Adriana Perez Palacios. Joellen Patricia Reese. Victoria Caroline Rivas. Kendall Lee Rowden. Mark Andrew Ruth. Enrique Jose Sanchez. Stephanie G. Richards. Sarayu Shankar. Theodore Bradley Scholl. Iowan Su. Su. Sydney L. Thomas. Daniel Tihanye. Nanag Garindra Timur. Maria Jose Vaca. Hillary Megan Vocal. Na Wei. Uropi Wu. Jia Yi. Grady Daniel Young. Usama Zafar.
Dean Welsh, Dean Ashley, faculty, guest, please join me in thanking once again those students who have completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Public Service and Administration.
Thank you, Dr. Mumpower, and congratulations to each and every one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, at each graduation celebration, we take a moment to recognize excellence in our school. And today we have 3 awards to present. I'd invite Sydney Thomas, Nicole Gabler, and Maria Florencia Tinario to head up this way as our presenters. Sydney and Nicole will present the Silver Star Award for teaching excellence, and will also present the Silver Star Award honoring a staff member. And Maria Florencia will present the Public Service Organization's Award for Excellence in Service.
Accidentally brought this up. Can't let it go. So the Silver Star Award is given to an outstanding faculty member who demonstrates dedication to his or her students, both in and outside of the classroom. This is the type of professor who challenges their students, guides their growth, and inspires their service. This MPSA professor educates and leads by instilling in us core values: to adhere to the facts and not opinions, to challenge one another intellectually but with mutual respect, and that a life of service must include compassion and empathy for all, not just those with whom you agree. This professor is an outstanding educator, but is also a dear friend to his students. You've shown us what true, unwavering support looks and feels like. You forge bonds of friendship and common purpose between students of varied backgrounds and different races, religions, and nationalities. To quote the late, great Maya Angelou, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Not to say I won't carry all of the lessons from your quantitative methods class. So on behalf of the MPSA class of 2017, I am honored to present the Silver Star Award to my boss, my professor, my role model, and my friend, Dr. Justin Bullock. Howdy. The Silver Star Award is given to an outstanding staff member who demonstrates dedication to the students of the Bush School. This is the type of staff member who inspires and helps students discover their life paths. The MPSA class of 2017 is proud to award the Silver Star Award to Ms. Kimberly Reeves. It is staggering to see how the efforts of one particular person, can truly make a difference in the lives of Bush School students. Ms. Reeves is a constant rock and guiding light for any and all issues students have. She is a calming presence when the whirlwind of grad school takes hold. She projects a warm, cheerful attitude to all students. I have seen her resolve conflicts and handle other difficult situations with remarkable patience and admirable tact. She goes out of her way to help students in need, all students in need. She loves people, works hard, and always tries to lift the spirits of those around her. I believe those characteristics represent all that is good in our school, and I am pleased to present her with the Silver Star Award.
Congratulations, class 2017. We made it, barely, but we're here. On behalf of the Bush School and the Public Service Organization, it's my absolute honor to be presenting this year's Public Service Award. All of you have served the school and the community in amazing ways. However, since day one, there's been a person that has blown us all away with her relentless passion, commitment, and kindness. She's serving PSO, she's serving ambassador, and she was co-chair of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee. She's a friend, she's a dreamer, she's an amazing human being who has inspired us all every day, teaching us not to give up, always be better, and always, but always to serve. She's one of my dearest friends, she's an inspiration, and she is one of those people you know that she will change the world, and she will change people's lives. Please welcome me, and joining me to welcome DNA to the 2017 Public Service Award recipient.
I'd now like to invite the class speaker to come to the stage. Please help me welcome Mr. Will Holland.
Well, howdy. And good morning. I know some of my classmates probably haven't seen this part of the morning their whole 2 years in graduation. So, and for those of you that have already started your job, you can attest to this. It's the rest of your life. Welcome to it. I'm so honored to be here today. Again, my name is Will Hallman, and I am here to speak about 45 minutes on Pin? So I guess a condensed speech is in order. Today I want to talk about a term that I think represents and impacts everyone in this room, including all of the parents, relatives, significant others, professors, Bush School staff, and anyone that just happens to walk by and hear snippets. I want to talk to you about infectious public service. I can just see Professor Crudo somewhere jumping up and down for joy about diseases, but this is not that type of infectious disease. Sorry, policy wonks. This is something that you can't find in a textbook, and I really do think that it will be it someday. The term infectious leadership comes from a specific conversation Professor Jim Olson had with a group of students, including myself, a few months back that's really stuck with me, and it pops into my mind almost daily. Don't worry, Miss Razor, I know I didn't see her, but I did quote Professor Jim Olson in the footnotes MLA style form, so this should be good to go. Professor Olson looked at all the students that day, very much like I'm looking at all of you right now, and he told us, you are infected with public service. Very simple concept. He explained, we have been forever bitten by the public service bug, and try as we might, we will never be able to get rid of it. We are all now infected. We are all now changed. Ever since that conversation, I've come back to the idea, trying to conceptualize what that looks like at the Bush School and around the world. And like any good researcher and cliche graduation speech giver, I consulted Merriam-Webster's dictionary. It's original. For those of you playing graduation bingo, that's D1. Go ahead and mark that off. And I chose the third definition of infected because the first two were too icky. And the third one says, being infected is the state produced by the establishment of an infective agent in or on a suitable agent. All of us here at some point have become the host of the public service infection, whether you come to it willingly or subconsciously, before or during our time at the Bush School, or contacting it from our peers and mentors. It doesn't matter, we're all infected. And unlike a bacterial infection that are temporary and treated with antibiotics, the public service infection is more like a virus. Something that gets into your DNA, changing your genetic makeup forever. Think chickenpox, but less scratchy and itchy. Now, infections have gotten a bad rap in our culture, and I rightfully understand that. But I think this is an infection that the world could use at the moment, untreated. And maybe it would be more helpful if I gave you all the symptoms and side effects of public service infection. Side effects may include an innate and incurable desire to have a positive impact on your community, a willingness to, as Ambassador Crocker once told us, go to hard places and do hard things. Sleepless nights thinking over a policy issue, knowing that your decisions could impact thousands, if not millions of people. Endless tears of passion from dedication to your work. And a warm heart when you know you've changed someone's life for the better. With symptoms like this, I fully believe this is an infection that we should spread. But like Professor Olson pointed out, we really don't have a choice in the matter. You're infected, you're forever changed. Try as you might with private sector jobs looking at you transfer pricers out in the room. You'll be back. You're infected, forever changed. Not many of you know this, but my dad passed away 2 weeks before we started our first year at the Bush School, a week before orientation. He died after battling skin cancer for 2 years that spread and infected his lungs. While that disease is horrible, and it's an infection that does warrant the name nasty, an infection, he had another infection that forever changed me. He was infected with the public service bug. My dad taught high school for almost 30 years in Cleveland, Texas. My mom out there, also almost 30 years. And my sister, who surprised me today, has been teaching for 9 years. We have people in our lives that infect us with public service throughout. My dad was a government and economics teacher to hundreds of kids over the years. I know, Dr. Taylor, I don't know how I didn't get the economics bug in that too. I tried. He was so proud that I had been accepted into the Bush School. Proud that I had gotten the public service genes from him, my mom, my sister, and everyone else in our family. Which reminds me, the public service gene, it's hereditary. It's passed down to you, you pass it on to other people, and it's a good thing to spread around. A few weeks before my dad passed, he looked over the first semester schedule, cringing at the sight of economic theory and quantitative methods. He told me I had a long road ahead of me, but that I had an opportunity that few will ever receive to truly make an impact in this world. My dad wasn't defined by cancer. He was defined by that infectious public service gene. He was proud of me, and I know he would be proud of all of you today. Maybe one of you will be part of the team that helps cure cancer. Maybe one of you will help change the education system for the better. Either way, I know he would be very proud. So for Daddy Rob, and my mom, my sister, my wife, for everyone here that has helped infect you at some point with the public service bug, go out into the big scary world. Stay up late thinking about how your decisions can affect and help other people. Do the hard jobs in hard places. And let the goodwill of this passion spread into the world. Don't stop it. Don't fight it. You're forever changed now. You're infected. Thank you. God bless and Giggle.
Will, your mom and I and everybody else in this room know your dad's here with you. He is proud of you. That was fantastic. Thank you. Godspeed. I think the rest of you have seen just a very small example now of why we are so excited about and proud of this entire class. To the graduates, you need to know that all of us here at the Bush School are immensely proud to be associated with you. And we've been privileged to join you here this morning along with your guests. As you leave, please remember that there's no other group in America like you this graduation week, because you are the president's, you are the 41st president's legacy. You're it. He once said that in 100 years, I'd like to look back and have historians say that from that school came generation after generation of people who were committed to public service for the right reasons. They believed that public service is noble, and they believed that they could make a difference. You know that President Bush is proud of you, and I know that you will make that aspiration reality for him. Please never forget that you now carry his legacy. It's important to all of us here. Wear it proudly, because it's certainly worthy of your respect. Congratulations and best wishes to each of you. Go forth and live great lives. Love your family. Honor your friends. Respect others. Serve selflessly. Do great, great things. And make your world a better place. And stay in touch, because we want to hear all about it. I'd ask now that our faculty, our staff, and our guests rise and join me in one final round of applause for the remarkable 2017 graduates of the Bush School of Government and Public Service. Thank you, folks. I'd ask that you please remain in place until our graduates depart, and then join all of us for a reception in the banquet space out the back doors immediately following the ceremony. Thank you for being here, and gig 'em.